Hi everybody, I am Brian Mullins the Fox, back to you with the first short-form commentary I've made in a long time. And before I get into today's topic, I will explain why I've been very busy this past month or so. Number one, I have focused the vast majority of my time on the production of the 4th edition of Turgum and my relatively new conspiracy series known as Brian Mullins the Fox's Conspiracy Digs and Deep Dives. Number two, the week-by-week rigmarole when it came to balancing out my production strategy kinda got in the way. That saves the most of my time. Number three, and this is important, and it's the final one, I haven't had that many ideas as to what else to talk about before I started scripting this video. So with all that out of the way, let's begin. Now, let me explain myself on how I came up with the name Falling Maple Orange, what it actually means, and what exactly led me to come up with the idea of this happening at all. Firstly, let me explain what exactly led me to come up with the idea of Falling Maple Orange before I came up with a name for it in the first place. One time, sometime 2 or 3 weeks before March 7th, I thought back the one time I made a comparison between the roast game and the Jonestown Massacre in 2025 and early 2026, and then suddenly it dawned on me. There was just a bit of foreshadowing came up in my mind, in my head. Just like that one bit of foreshadowing that I missed about Trump disinviting Democrats and leftists from Christmas dinner. This dark bit of foreshadowing had a thought of an upcoming mass suicide in my head. The reason why it might take place and why I had the thought at all. And now let me explain how I came up with the name Falling Maple Orange. I wanted to come up with any nickname that encapsulates mass suicide, Trump derangement syndrome, and Canada into one event. On one day. And then on March 7th, 2026, it finally hit me. I finally came up with the name in the first place. And now let me finally explain what the hell it all means. Falling refers to another way of saying dying in a more metaphorical way. Maple refers to the tree that the leaf on the Canadian flag comes from, and the maple leaf itself being a symbolism and icon of Canada. And finally, the orange part refers to President Trump, which libtards and conservatives alike refer to him as Orange Man. This portion of Falling Maple Orange puts a perfect amount of emphasis on Trump derangement syndrome and how extreme it'll get on Christmas Day this year. Oh, and before I forget to say it in any video like this in the near future or distant future, I'll say it right now. The sticky note, not the brand sticky note, just some moggy paper note that Jim Jones initially caught wind of and read on November 17th, 1978, about these two people wanting to get out of Jonestown, having led him to be so paranoid, as if he wasn't already just a schizophrenic cult leader like he was, to lead almost 1,000 people to their deaths out of complete paranoia about the US government. It is perfectly comparable to the news of the 45% acquisition of a formerly dying religious cable network that spawned you-know-what on November 17th, 1998. And it's also perfectly comparable to what the environment and atmosphere Canada will be afflicted with on December 25th, 2026, because all of it will stem from what Trump has said on Christmas Eve 2025, him telling the press people, or the ones mainly on the left and not on the right, to have a Christmas dinner of their own after having looked at the festivities. And if I refer to the note Jim Jones reading about getting out of Jonestown as a sticky note, keep in mind that I don't mean the brand sticky note. I refer to it as such because of the damp and muggy climate of Guyana. Plus, the one day after pattern exists when it comes to the Jonestown Massacre. Jim read that note on the 17th of November, 1978, and then one day after, the mass suicide took place. And that one thing that happened before the mass suicide is the death of a bunch of journalists and Leo Ryan, because he read it from someone that he mistook as Leo Ryan himself. And that's about it. I'm Brian Mullins the Fox. This has been short-form commentary number 28, and I am signing out. See you all next time with my newest pet peeve in the next short-form rant. See all you fuckers later.